Would that have changed your answer? Oh, you're a freak. I'm ready to climb Mount Everest tomorrow like I'm ready to be Miss America. So stop that! You're kind of a sexy boy. I see you in a swimsuit competition. Picture me in a Speedo. No, don't. I don't even want to picture that. Oh, thank you very much. He just had that moment. He's like, oh.
Well, I just
So the funny part is,
I think it's just somebody.
of course it is. And so you're like, well, why didn't you say, it's not your fault. I didn't give you enough information. He says it literally, think about this. He says the first 3 questions, if you answer no to the first 3 questions, remember, it's mountain. He says it's being a leader, being in a group, you're in base camp. It's not that you can't, this is based on, by the way, technical information and skill sets. I mean, it's not that you can't do it, it's I didn't ask you the right question. Have you had high altitude training? Are you prepared to go 17 straight days with non-brain? Are you prepared to eat food? Are you prepared to first aid? Have you been training your body for hypothermia? Do you have all the equipment? And then, it's not that he can't climb Mount Everest, it's I didn't ask him the right questions to know whether he'd be successful. We do it all the time. How many of you want to be a mountain? How many of you like climbing mountains? Hands go up. And then we don't tell you what the climbing mountain is. How many of you want to be an orchestra? And hands go up, but we don't ever tell you what being an orchestra is. 40 of you said you don't know what's expected of you. 8 of you said you don't have the skill sets to do what's expected of you. And 17 of you said, I can do it, but it's not what I do well. So what he's saying is that you lack either the technical skill or the information to be uber successful, to be extraordinary. That literally, so we've got, and this is 57, 65, check my math on that, by the way, I think it's 65 people, right? So with 65 people in an orchestra of like 85, whatever, 65 of you are in base camp. See, and you're one of the best of the best at Saratoga, you're one of the best orchestras in America applying to Midwest, and 65 of you are like, I like being and I want to be an orchestra. What are you supposed to do? I don't know. When are you supposed to do it? I've got no idea. How am I supposed to do it? I've got no freaking clue, but I want to do it. That's kind of weird. I mean, think about that. He says this is all based on technical info. That if I had given you correct information, then you'd be able to give me a correct answer. It's not your fault, it's my fault. He says the next 6 levels of being uber successful in a group are based on the next 6 questions. And they're all based on feelings. Feelings. Trying to forget my feelings. Teardrops. No, stop. Think about the 6 questions I asked you. Does the mission make you feel good? Do you get positive feedback? Is your best friend in the group? He says you can't work for people you don't like. And people won't work for you if they don't like you. He says the #1 reason people are unsuccessful in their jobs is their relationship with the people around them. In fact, the #1 reason people quit their job is their relationship with their immediate supervisor. And by the way, it's rare that Mr. Boys. Are there kids who didn't like Scott Lang in band? Oh my God, your stadium's not big enough for that group. They didn't quit. Isn't getting your teacher an expectation? You show me a kid that doesn't like his section leader, his chairmaster, I'll show you a kid that'll quit at the end of the year. You show me a kid that doesn't like his section, I'll show you a kid that'll quit at semester. Do you like the people in this room? Do the people in this room like you? Are you a liker? Do you show them that you care? He says the more you show them, and by the way, they were escalating questions. Do you trust? Do you get positive feedback? Do they work as hard as you? Is your best friend? I mean, they got more and more serious with every question. He says that you can't be a part of something special if you don't feel like the people are something special. And that includes, by the way, the director. And last but not least, the peak of leadership, the peak of being successful, is the last 3 questions. And they're all based on, are you getting something out of this so that you have something to give back to this? are you getting something out of this so that you have something to give back to us? So you're like, okay, I think I get it. I understand. I think I get this. That we're trying to create a culture. Sorry about this, guys. We're trying to create a culture in this organization. I get that. We want to create a culture of greatness that's based on character and what we're capable of being. And it's something we own and we witness and we live it. And it's something we must lead, not Michael Boyd's. We've got to lead. I get that. I think I understand the purpose of orchestra. And if you don't, we need to talk about it. I understand what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do in the process, and I want to perform it, and I have permission to do whatever needs to be done to make it an incredible thing. And I understand all that, and I understand that I'm not in leadership base yet. And so I think I get all this, but I don't know what to do to get from here down to here. Well, I can help you. Flip your paper over. Go. You're going to need a fresh, clean sheet. So Steve will raise your hand. And by the way, steal mine. 5 things I can do before rehearsal. I can set up chairs. I can say 5 things you could do during the rehearsal that would make the group more effective and efficient as a group. You could do to make your section a more effective section. That would make your life better. Do you think 10 ideas would be better than 5? Would 15 be better than 10? Would 20 be better than 15? You want to know how many of you stopped at 5? Even though I gave you 27 answers? You know why? You heard the number 5. And your orchestra kids, you followed instructions. That's how tightly wound up we have you in terms of being followers. You're going to MIT, and I'm not saying, you're going to MIT, and yet you stopped at 5. And I don't know that he did or he didn't, but you understand my point? We're Ivy Leaguers. We know that 10 ideas are better than 5, but we're going to stop at 5 because we're a Pavlovian dog. You heard the number 5, so you stopped at 5. Because you're not leaders, you're followers. Question number 4, efficient and effective at what he did. So put your pencils down for a second. Look, I got to tell you a story. So I got married very late in life. I got married 6 years ago. My anniversary was about 2 weeks ago. I got married 6 years ago. I was 36 years old. I was 36 years old when I got married. And I think, ladies, I think you can tell by looking at me, I'm kind of a player. I mean, what are you laughing at? Look at him. He's like, ooh. No, I'm serious. I know what the ladies like. That's why I took my wife to band camp for our honeymoon. So, now. No, I really did. I know. Well, she married me. It's her own fault. No, the funny part was she got her master's degree on a Friday, and we started band camp on a Monday. We didn't have a choice. We couldn't. It was either, so we had to get married that summer for coming. We pushed off to the Christmas side, the Rose Bowl parade, so I couldn't do that during Christmas. So it was either get married at that point or wait a year and a half. And we didn't want to wait a year and a half. So I'll never forget this. We went to band camp, and when we went to band camp, it was a pretty incredible thing when you think about it. And so the kids made this. They decorated our room. They all brought their suits and tuxes. We replayed Here Comes the Bride. We got married again. They threw rice. They served us every meal. They set every table with candelabras and candles. They did. I mean, it was. I kid you not. My wife will tell you, not a musician. She said it was the most incredible experience she's ever had with any group of kids ever. I'll never forget. My drum major's name was Brett Hall. In fact, he was drum major of the academy when Ryan was there. And I'll never forget. And the last day of band camp, he came up to me and he goes, hey, Mr. Lyon, go ahead, Brett, what's going on? He goes, so how was band camp? I'm like, oh my God, Brett, it was incredible. And you guys were, Brett, how did you plot all this? He goes, oh, we've been working on it all summer long. And I go, Brett, that was incredible. I mean, I can't tell you how much it meant to me. It was awesome. We're just glad that you liked it. And by the way, we're not done. We'd like to meet with you on Wednesday, the first week of school. And I go, why? What's it about? He goes, well, we'd like to meet you. I go, no, those are leadership meetings. I don't go to those. That's leaders. He goes, we want you at this one. I go, what's on the agenda? He goes, do you trust me? And I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah. He goes, we'll see you Wednesday. Came into my office, true story. Came into my office Monday morning, first day of school. Hey, Brett, what's going on? Here's what's happening. Here's what, I need you to do something. I go on. He goes, I need you to take this piece of paper. I need you to, for the next 24 hours, I need you to write down everything that you do all day long. And I'm like, everything? He goes, everything. I go, why? He goes, do you trust me? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, then do it. I go, everything is everything. Everything is everything. I go, even when I pee? He goes, you're an odd little man. I'm like, I know. He goes, yeah, why not write it down? I was amazed at how often I pee. So anyway, I have no idea why I just shared that. I've got to go pee right now. So the funny part is, so literally came back the very next day, 2 days after, he goes, hey, Mr. Lane, where's your list? I go, oh, my list. He goes, yeah, it's right here. I go, great. And I go, what are you going to do with it? He goes, do you trust me? I'm like, not really. Not anymore. What are you going to do with it? He goes, you'll find out tomorrow. Don't forget, we have a meeting at 2 o'clock. I'm like, okay, great.